Hello, welcome to Game 4 of my match against Prix in the Grand Market Grand Prix tournament. Grand Prix tournament, depending on how you pronounce it. I've got the 3-4 here. What are we doing? We've got Wave the Butterflies, so you can gain 5 costs and turn them into Grand Markets, which is pretty cool. We've got Magic Lamps, which you can use to wish for Grand Markets, which is pretty cool. We've got Forager to trash starting cards, so you don't have coppers in your hands, so you can buy Grand Markets. Sensing a theme in my analysis is getting a lot of Grand Markets. Obviously, that's normally something you do. Quite important here, we are very draw limited. We are very action limited. So we can play with 2 barges, for example, but they'd both be duration barges. We can also play with only like 1 monument, for example, 1 count, 1 skulk. Skulk isn't crazy on the open. In fact, I'm going to open Forager Skulk, looks like. Forager lets me trash. Skulk, I'm going to, the first time I see it, flip it into a Junk Dealer or Sanctuary, probably a Sanctuary, and go from there. I think the plan is just to get Grand Markets, a Sanctuary, and have some kind of Grand Market pseudo golden deck where we're grabbing a province or 2 every turn. The gold is nice for a unique. Normally I would think about second Forager here, but I think I'm going to go with a Secret Cave as another unique card, and knowing that I'll have 2 Trashers in the deck. Hopefully don't bottom deck a bunch of my stuff. But obviously the 4-3 is quite nice because you can do what they're doing here. I did not have that option on 3-4. So this is 7. I bottom decked both of my Trashers, which I didn't really want to see. I'm just going to grab, they grabbed a junk Dealer over the Sanctuary. The Junk Dealer gives you a coin along the way. And I guess I'm going to get a Sanctuary next turn anyways. So I'll grab the Junk Dealer now. Nothing in the trash worth marching, I think. It also doesn't give you a plus buy. So what could I do? I could play 6 money. I could march the Forager. It's a Secret Cave. So yeah, I'm just going to buy a Junk Dealer. Here I'll trash, gain a Sanctuary, and pass my turn, I suppose, since there's no trash in the treasure. Certainly the 4-3 is a better opening because they can do what they do. I also bottom decked Skulk and Forager, which means I don't get a trash in and I don't get my Skulk into the shuffle. By Skulk, I mean Sanctuary. I do have a Junk Dealer down there. The other nice thing, Junk Dealer usually gets bad once your deck gets thinner, but the nice part about that, the nice thing about that with Junk Dealer is you can just butterfly it to Grand Market and you're pretty happy. Yeah, so I have 5 coppers, 2 estates, Junk Dealer, gold, Magic Lamp down there. They did trash a copper here, which means I will have 3. I'm going to butterfly. I'm going to return this for a Junk Dealer, I guess, a second Junk Dealer, and then march it and grab a Grand Market already. Click on Butterfly, then Junk Dealer, return it for a Grand Market. Okay, so what's the plan here? If I discard 3, I've got 4 money left. What would I do with 4 money? Not much. So I can discard nothing. I can march the Forager, and then I'll have 4 money again, and buy another Skulk. I kind of see the point of the monument as well as something to return to the pile. Although it is adding more terminals to the deck. I guess it would be the only terminal in the deck because I've returned the Skulk already. Next turn, I have Junk Dealer on top. I think I just want to buy a Sanctuary, though, here. So I'm not going to discard. I can play... Yeah, I'm not going to discard, just buy a Sanctuary, I guess. when we actually turn the junk dealers into grand markets is complicated. I thought doing the second one like that into a grand market into this shuffle was quite nice. I could believe that it was a bit early, certainly. So this is 6, but I can't actually buy a grand market because I've got a copper. So I think I'm going to take another sanctuary, and between grand market, secret cave, sanctuary, junk dealer, gold, forager, I've got plenty of uniques to activate the magic lamp when that time comes. They may be able to activate their magic lamp though here with the barge draw, which is a point to barge that I had not considered. Buying barge, marching barge, and perhaps that is something I should do this turn. The 3 wishes will probably all be for grand markets, then they'll be pretty far ahead, it looks like. One assumes they have forager gold magic lamp, so you can even march the wishes if you really want to, although that feels like a bit of a waste. I don't know, we'll see. They've been a little bit ahead since the opening, and maybe the barge thing put them ahead further. Did I have 2 buys last turn? So my turn 7. Yeah, I should have paid more attention to the march barge line, which I could have done last turn. And I would have been able to pop this turn. They returned their forager. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, the march barge line is quite nice. Discard, which I suppose I need to follow now. Barge. Oh, I don't have enough money for that. Let me undo. So what is my plan now? I want to march the... I don't quite know what the plan is here anymore, and perhaps I need a lot more money to march barge. I've not been hitting 8. How did they hit 8 that turn? Junk dealer, monument. Oh, they bought the barge the turn before and then marched it the next turn. I see. I think I'm just gonna take another sanctuary and try to butterfly one of them. Or I take the barge and try to do yeah. But I'm really not sure here. This one feels pretty much over now. Again, I've been behind the whole way, but they had some better tactics than I did. So yeah, on turn 7, instead of this sanctuary, I could have bought a barge, and then on turn 8, I could have marched it. So that's what I should have done. I had not, and I had seen them march their barge on turn 7. So that's what I should have done. And that would mean I'm only a turn behind instead of a turn and a half behind. Basically, they stole first player for me with the 4-3 versus the 3-4. I think that's roughly accurate. And I assume they're going to wish for 3 grand markets. They'll just be golden type deck with, 6 grand markets in a sanctuary and just buy like double province, 2 gold, buy double province every turn. And potentially even have a duration barge coming in every turn. And I don't really have any way to contest that. Once they get to the 7th grand market, I guess I'll resign. 7 grand markets feels like a goodly designable portion. I certainly could have played this game better. I'm noticing the march barge thing faster. It sounds like I'm talking about a cremation when I say it like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like it didn't feel like the 4-3 versus 3-4 is that far behind. Although it's pretty nice to have a junk dealer in there. My forager also missed a shuffle, so I lost out on the trash that way in a thicker shuffle there, which is pretty much been every game I've played this tournament so far. That's not true. Two of the first four, and then I think probably two of them today. It's felt like that a little bit, but against good players, they're taking whatever little bit of edge they have and moving it along so that they're even further ahead than they would be from that. And obviously, Freaky's a very good player. I assume this is just double Grand Market, and I don't have any ability to get Grand Markets really this turn. So they get double Grand Markets this turn and then triple next turn, and then I just resign. Yeah. See what happens here. Trying to find into stuff. Okay. Good games to Freaky. They played quite well. I don't feel like... I feel like a 3-1 is a fair result, although I feel like a couple of games I lost, the shuffles were against me, but I didn't play them optimally, so I can't really complain too much about that. I at least did get one win out of it against a player of Freaky's caliber. I'm pretty excited to get even a single win in a match like this, although obviously one can hope for better. And I've got one more match in the group stage against Topher, so looking forward to playing Topher. Played Topher a bunch of times. And they've generally gotten the better of me, so hopefully going to try to at least get a draw in that match 2-2 and see how the rest of the tournament goes. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and please leave me a comment if you have any suggestions for how I can do better commentary or things I can do to make it a better viewing experience.